back to the Tai Chi form we've been working through. This will be the 10th section that we teach in, just little chunks, makes it a little bit easier to digest and allows you to get into some of the details of the form, even though there's a near endless amount that you could talk about, even a single move really. So last week we ended up doing the retreating steps. So from this point here, so with the waist, the hand comes up, the waist, the hand turns over, step, no weight, push off the front foot, the hand comes in, as you square the hip, that pushes that hand out, and that also brings that foot back straight. And then again up the side, palm facing forward, the waist, palm turns up, step back, no weight, push off the front leg, square off the hip, and again up, step back, square off the hip. So that's where we ended last week. And so now you're going to use your waist and draw down, and the hands are going to end up in a big ball. We'll do this from a couple different angles. And then you'll pick up the foot and step back towards the front. So again, we're kind of doing well, you probably can't tell from the camera anyways, but we're doing a little bit of a weird angle just because it helps to see it. But technically, if you started straight along a line, these steps would be coming backwards directly along that line, and then this step would be back to the front where you started. So from that last, this is where you see my feet. So that last push, then, so you're going to push this foot a little bit into the ground, and that creates a little movement of your hip towards the left. So that will allow your hands to kind of come down a little, and then you push in, sink in, and it's going to rotate into that ball with the hands. And then this leg becomes free to move. Pick up, again, put it down, heel first, flatten, push off the back leg. And as the very last part of that move, you'll square the hip with your front leg, and then that will draw your back toe in, so it'll be back like that. And then as you finish expelling all the power from that leg and goes into the waist, it's going to turn in, and then you end up at that more comfortable angle for your knee and more stable for the move. So, in that last push, down, sink in, get your hip going the direction you're going to go, step, push off, back. And then you'll shift your weight to the back leg. This hand's going to come up near your shoulder, and this is going to kind of turn over. So it'll be from here, push off the front leg, weight sinks to the back leg again, and then come up lightly onto the heel, and into that kind of fighting or ready stance. So your back's a little bit rounded out, which creates some of the movement in there. And then this will be similar before, so then you're going to turn both palms down, draw down, hook into the elbow, so you're just lightly touching your thumb and your forefinger around the elbow. Step just a little bit wider, press with the shoulder, and then square off the hip. This hand will go to the side, and this will be in front of your chest. So try to, I don't know if this will work from the front, but you can try it. most of Tai Chi is really, a lot of it's building strength and coordination through repetition, but a lot of it's giving yourself the time to actually feel the movement coming up through your body and let it mobilize the upper body without just sort of rotely knowing where you're going and just pushing your hand in that direction without feeling any power behind it. It takes a little while to allow your body to, your mind really, nervous system to do that. So step out to the front, press, shift the weight back, and then with no weight on it, set the foot down on the heel into that sort of fighting stance, ready stance. Both palms turn, so they're basically facing each other. Draw down, hook that elbow. The foot goes out just slightly wider along the same line that it was on. Push, and then all you're doing there is just letting the hip finish that move after the push. So you can see when if you were to do it quick and just shoot your thigh, your leg into the ground, it's going to propel your body, your hip especially, forward. And then what you're allowing is that the rest of that spiral to come through and immobilize your arms and hands. So from this part down, hook in just a little bit wider, press, and then finish. And that's the end of the 10th section.